artist, craftsman, a carpenter, and a songwriter, and he's been a regular at Fisher Poet. So let's give it up for these guys, the Slime Line.
I'm kind of an imposter, man. I'm just gathering here at a Fisher Poet gathering, and I'm a carpenter, songwriter. But I'm a finished carpenter, though, so that counts, right? And the thing that's so kind of crazy about this place down here is not raining right now, but look at that river out there, man. This place is paradise. They had everything you needed down here. Lots of rain. We had lots of trees. We had lots of fish. And it's just a remnant of what we used to have, but it's still raining. So I'm going to tag on Victoria's last article, which struck me 2 years ago about the connection between the logging upstream and the fishing downstream. And so how many people here are old enough to remember what a one-log load is? Who saw a one-log load? Yeah, a one-log load is a tree that's so big it only took up a whole log truck. Who remembers a big fish called a June hog? The June hogs, man, those are, you saw one of those, yeah, okay. Well, the deep woods are green, the stucco is white, steel by silver and bright. We work in the woods and the living is good, when the home lights are bright. Home lights burn bright. Drive our crummy with the crew to the top of the hill. We'll see trees to the sea, and we know we always will, long as these one-log loads come down these muddy roads, and the wigwams burn hot in the night. Well, my father is a father. He's just set my children sun. We are a scoop-a-doo boy. We'll always get her done. His daddy drives a donkey truck. His brother drives a truck. Get this unit cut by June. Any kind of luck. From that spar pole high on the top of the hill, we cut trees to the sea, and we know we always will, long as these one-log loads come down these muddy roads, and the wigwams burn hot in the night. My cousin pulls the green chain, billboard wages all his life, for a 4x4 and a double wide, 2 boys and a wife. We all stood together when the union shuttered down that bar. Football, fighting, and fishing was the only game in town. Float those log rafts down the river to the pond by the mill. We'll send trees to the sea, and we know we always will, long as these one-log loads come down these muddy roads, and the wigwams burn hot in the night. What's he gonna Now you tell us that the end is near, soon there'll be no cuts to clear. This way of life will always be, so the fool can plainly see, long as these one-log loads come down these muddy roads, and the wigwams burn hot in the night. Well, the deep woods were green, the stucco rang clean, with a steelhead lay silver and bright. We worked in the woods, living was good, when the home lights cut right, the home lights burned bright. Drove our crummy with the crew to the top of the hill. We cut trees to the sea, and we knew we always will, long as those one-log loads came down those muddy roads, and the wigwams burned hot in the night. Now no more one-log loads. Well, how many people here know what, this is the weird, that great February 29th day, right? I love this day, but about, man, I mean, 61 years ago, this date, October, February 14th, who knows what happened October, on February 14th, 1959. Anybody here remember that day? That was the day that Oregon turned 100. And that was a thrilling year for a third grade boy. And I just loved Oregon. And I learned the song then. I didn't write this song. My musical hero wrote this song. I learned my first Woody Guthrie song on that song. And I got to sing this song by this river. And Woody Guthrie, man, he spoke the truth and he's my hero. Something to say to me, Scott McAllister?
That is the worst song that Woody Guthrie ever wrote.
Whoa, Woody Guthrie, my hero. Come up here. You want to say that? You come up and say that to them.
Let me just tell you about this. Woody Guthrie
Come up here and say that here on my
knew
stage.
about salmon people. He came here at the house.
You come here and say that to my people here.
Oh, John. Let me sell it. Woody Guthrie came here at the hest of the Corps of Engineers, and he didn't write one lyric in his collection on the Columbia River of the cannery workers, of the fishermen, and the only words he ever penned about the salmon were they had a lobby in Washington, D.C. They were smarter than he was. And I agree with that. But that's my case. I just get all wrapped up.
You get the silence. Scotty's dad and my dad were like real good buddies a long time ago. This may stretch this friendship.
Well, just what I say to Woody is, God bless him, damn the damn dams. And now we are left to wonder what old Woody would think if he only knew what them engineers would do, turning this once mighty river into a backwater slough, jangling his tune, roll on, Columbia, roll on.
Are you done? Is he done yet? So Victoria says it's logging upstream. Scotty says it's dams, because, like, on up the river is the Grand Coulee Dam, the mightiest thing ever built by a man, to power the factories, the water, the land, roll on, Columbia. Scotty, you ruined that song for me now. You know that. What else you gonna ruin for me? I'm not giving up yet, because you know why? Goonies never say die. Okay, I got one last song here for you. I'm even gonna let him back up on my stage. See, I come from a long line of cannery workers. Robbie here's a cannery worker. This band we call Slime Line. It's a once-a-year flash mob band. And there's it's seasonal work, yeah. There's a word in this song that I learned this when I was a kid, and it's called iron chink. And I kind of went, whoa, what's that? What's that about, Dad? And my dad said it's a machine they invented that did the work of half the Chinese cannery workers around 1900. And so I kind of thought, wow, you know, I like that word. In fact, when I figure out what my superpower is, that's going to be my superhero name. And I actually figured out what my superpower is. It's this weird, twisted sense of humor my muse gave me. So if you see a comic book out there sometime in the future called The Ironic Chink, that's going to be about me. Thank you.
John Lee.
And the Slime Line Band.
Is this your first year?
It's my first year, even though I've been aware of them. NPR did a piece on them, and I also have a family member who is a salmon fisherman and tends to like poetry, so we're poetry heads in my family. But I love this because it's small and earthy, and there's great talent here.
Right.
Yeah.
What have you done so far?
Well, we have done books because I wanted the books. You know, they sell out every year, so we've just walked around, and then we're doing the rest of the day and tomorrow. So real anxious about the poetry tonight at 10:30.
Oh, great. Is there a particular poet?
Dixon, and I know there's Chelsea and Patrick, and then Holly, I forget her last name, but many of them, you can read their poetry when you go to Fisher Poets Gathering, and they're all poignant because they work with the real elements. Yeah.
I remember when I was really
Okay,
young,
well,
like
thank you.
18.
One more thing. Where are you from?
Bend, Oregon.
Oh, that's where I was born. We raised our kids there.
You
25
actually look
years.
familiar
Yeah.
to me. I think I know you.
What's your name?
Sarah.
Sarah what?
Sarah Persha.